Hey folks, what's up? Today we'll be talking about some MMO news currently in development for various games. News related to Pantheon, Rise of the Fallen, Torchlight Frontiers, Project BBQ, and Ashes of Creation. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Kicking it off with Project BBQ, this is a 3D action RPG being developed by Neopol and very comparable to Dungeon Fighter Online. This game will be published by Nexon when it does begin gaining traction. However, it may be about 1 or 2 years before we see anything related to it, because currently both this game and its mobile counterpart are being developed in Action Studio. The first thing that will be developed fully will be the mobile game, and Project BBQ will be right after. We should be seeing this game come to the Korean region first and us after. From the trailer footage we had access to, I'm very excited to when we can actually play this game. I'm very torn between the classes we have available when it comes to these. The Samurai class looked great, but that Berserker, oh my god. I hope we'll be having a field day with this one. I couldn't even get myself started on the fighter at the end, I mean seriously. The director of Neopol says that when it comes to developing Project BBQ, the first thing that they want to work on is the action. Dunfar Mobile, which should be the translation of the mobile game, will be a similar timeline story-wise, but will be on a completely different side of things in Project BBQ. From the rough translation I could gather from the envin.co site for KR News and information on Project BBQ, the story behind the name is awesome. The director spoke back of when he was a student. One day he witnessed other students playing with some type of device. That part I couldn't make out clearly though. But it looks like they were talking about barbecue while they did it. And he remembered that day, so he wanted to make those memories come to life. Kinda poetic in a way. I dig it. Next up is Pantheon, Rise of the Fallen. They kicked off their January newsletter by announcing that they were able to win Most Wanted MMO of 2018 from MMORPG.com for the second year in a row. Congratulations to Pantheon for your well-deserved reward, and thanks to MMORPG.com for the work they put into delivering MMO-related news. In January of 2018, they were also able to launch their pre-alpha 2, in which the world was expanded to include the Halnir Cave, alongside including a stream of Halnir Cave done by Jim Lee. They also had a booth at PAX East with very good results, alongside launching pre-alpha 3 and 4 later on in the year. They also ended up hiring a lead animator for Pantheon towards the end of the year by the name of Ross Armstrong. They also hosted a Q&A with him that can be found on their site to go into more detail about his role, as well as ask him a couple questions about Pantheon. For more information, I'll leave a link in the description below. And the last two things included in the January newsletter are Tales from the Fire and the Community Spotlight. The One Between the Winds, a lore story related to the woods of Redgrove, and the Community Spotlight hosted for the community member, Chris Kane, going into asking him what he's most excited about for Pantheon, Rise of the Fallen, and the like. And that's all the Pantheon news for now. In short news, Torchlight Frontiers completed its closed Alpha 2 test last year in December. They also welcomed the server to EU players during it from what they're saying, and it seems to have gone pretty well. This is another game I'm anticipating to play. I actually used to play number 1 and 2 on Steam like many others did, so I was very surprised when I saw this one coming to light. In 2019, they announced that they made up a wide variety of changes to the system during and after the closed alpha. On January 14th, they announced a new frontier leveling system in the game, which is related to spending skill points for armor and weapon levels alongside the cost of new combat skills. Beforehand, you had to choose between spending your points on equipment or new combat skills, but this system is currently being revamped, as they say. The frontier world is supposed to be more engaging, and for that the development will continue there and in many other systems as well. As time goes on, we'll also see more and more from Frontier, such as the new wardrobe system they introduced, which allows us to swap entire sets of equipment on the fly while adventuring in the Frontier. This was something that players had an issue with previous closed alphas as well. Hopefully this will make things easier though. And last but not least, we've got a bit of Ashes of Creation news. They released a trailer showcasing their siege map alongside some of the engines players will be using to fight in these battles, though it would have been great to see more of what was included in this mode. So far all we can see here is the engines at work, but the siege and horde modes were ones I was definitely most excited about. I was never that crazy about the battle royale, but I'm not crazy about most battle royales for that matter. No date yet as to when these modes are opening, but it looks like they will be having a testing phase on the 26th for the battle royale. Hope those of you that are interested in it will enjoy. And with that, that's all the news we have available today, and thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful night or day, and farewell.